Dilong the Feathered Dragon, the Tiny Tyrant's Secret. So I'm very excited because today we get to talk about dragons. How do you tell if you're a nerd? Well, if you already know what Dilong is, then you are one step ahead of me, because when I heard that this creature existed, I immediately thought of Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. But if you're still confused about what a Dilong is, don't worry, I've got you. Back in 2004, paleontologists found an ancient fossil in China. It belonged to a type of animal called a tyrannosaur. They were small proto-T. Rexes, the type of animal that eventually evolved into the ferocious tyrant lizard king. But something about the fossil was weird. At first it looked like a normal dinosaur skeleton, just smaller. Then experts noticed some strange bumps and lines on the bones. Could this be another type of Stegosaurus? Maybe a relative of Ankylosaurus with all those weird bumps? Well, after studying the rock and the specimen itself, the paleontologists came to a shocking conclusion. They had a tyrannosaur, all right, but it was covered in feathers. Yep, this little dino was as fluffy as a teddy bear, and that wasn't all. After finding more fossils in the area, they realized Dilong had relatives who were also feathered. See, Dilong was part of a group of animals called theropods. That included everything from small, fast raptors to gigantic carnivores like Spinosaurus and, of course, Tyrannosaurus rex. And all of them seem to have started off as these tiny, feathery dinos. So there's something important to remember here. Not all dinosaurs were huge, scaly monsters. Some were covered in soft feathers. Just goes to show you never judge a dino by its size or its looks. So let's take a look at what life was like for a Dilong. Don't be fooled by its cute name and size. Dilong was a vicious predator, and it was lightning fast. In fact, Dilong was built for speed. Its head was shaped like a crocodile's. Its body was narrow and sleek, and it had giant claws perfect for chasing down prey. Okay, so Dilong was small, fierce, and feathered. What else do we need to know about this cool critter? Well, how about we look at some of the most exciting Dilong facts? Get ready to be amazed. Number 5. Dilong's name means Emperor Dragon. When scientists named this dinosaur, they wanted to honor its mysterious origins and connection to dragons. The word Dilong comes from the Chinese words di, which means earth or soil, and long, which means dragon. So put together, you get Earth Dragon. Pretty fitting for a dino that might have inspired ancient myths. Number 4. Dilong was a tyrannosaur. We mentioned this before, but it's worth repeating. Dilong was part of a group of meat-eating dinos called tyrannosaurs. They were the evolutionary predecessors of Tyrannosaurus rex, the T-Rex. So if you've ever wanted to see what a baby T-Rex looked like, well, here you go, just kidding. They actually looked a lot like velociraptors. Number 3. Dilong lived in what is now China. Back in the day, where Dilong roamed was a lush, tropical paradise. There were giant forests filled with ferns and cycads. The climate was warm and wet, perfect for dinosaurs. In fact, the area where Dilong fossils have been found is called the Yixian Formation. It's a treasure trove of ancient dino remains. Number 2, Dilong was about 5 feet long. And that's pretty big for a dog, but for a dinosaur, not so much. Dilong was closer to the size of a big dog like a Labrador retriever. It weighed around 55 pounds, which is about as heavy as a 4-year-old kid. With its size and speed, Dilong was quite nimble. Number 1. Dilong lived during the Cretaceous period. Now, we've talked about the Cretaceous period before, but here's a quick recap. The Cretaceous period lasted from about 145 million to 66 million years ago. It was the last period of the Mesozoic era, aka the age of dinosaurs. The Cretaceous period was a time of big changes. New species evolved, including Dilong, and old species went extinct. But of course, you probably already know that. Now that we know some of the basics about Dilong, let's have some fun. It's time for the ultimate Dilong quiz. Test your knowledge and see how much you've learned. Remember, only true Dilong detectives will get them all right. Question 1. What does the word Dilong mean? A. Fiery lizard. B. Emperor dragon. C. Tiny terror. D. Feathered beast. Question 2. Which group of dinosaurs did Dilong belong to? A. Sauropods. B. Theropods. C. Ornithopods. D. Ankylosaurs. Question 3. Where were Dilong fossils found? A. The Gobi Desert. B. The Amazon rainforest. C. The Yixian Formation. D. The Rocky Mountains. Question 4. About how long was a Dilong? A. 2 feet, B. 5 feet, C. 10 feet, D. 20 feet. Question 5. During which period did Dilong live? A. Jurassic, B. Triassic, C. Cretaceous, D. Permian. Okay, so how did you do? If you got all the answers right, congratulations, you're a certified Dilong expert. If not, no worries, you can always learn more and come back and try again. You may not be a Dilong expert yet, but hey, you're on your way. Some people say Dilong inspired ancient dragon myths, but others argue it didn't. So it's time for a scientific debate. Team Myth says, look at those sharp teeth and claws. Dragons were scary, so Dilong must have been too. And lots of cultures have stories about dragons guarding treasure. Maybe Dilong lived near colorful rocks that looked like gold, so people imagined they were magical. Team Science says, guys, Dilong was a carnivore. It hunted for food. Also, there's no proof that dragons were real, so I don't think Dilong inspired dragon myths. You decide. Did Dilong inspire myths about dragons or not? Share your thoughts in the comments. One theory says Dilong lived near a volcano. That's pretty spooky. Maybe it used its giant claws to dig a hole and escape the lava. Or maybe it lived inside the volcano. Hey, some creatures like snakes can survive in super hot places. Okay, it's time to draw your own Dilong. Let's bring this dino to life. Pick your favorite color and draw Dilong escaping from a volcano. Did you add smoke and fire? Awesome. Don't forget to share your masterpiece with us. It's hard to imagine a world without birds, right? Well, believe it or not, they're actually dinosaurs. Yep, birds are the descendants of small theropod dinosaurs like Dilong. Over millions of years, they evolved into the amazing animals we know today. Okay, here's the big question. Would you keep a Dilong as a pet? These dinos were fast and sharp as knives, plus they probably smelled bad. But hey, they were kinda cute too. Discuss the pros and cons and share your ideas. Hey Dilong fans, don't say goodbye just yet. There's more dino adventures waiting for you. Click the link below and get ready for more prehistoric fun. We'll see you next time. Thank you, dinosaur explorers. A huge roar of thanks to all you awesome dino detectives out there. Whether you're a kid, parent, teacher, or just a curious time traveler, we're so grateful you joined us on this wild adventure with Dilong the feathered dragon. Your excitement fuels our fossil hunts, your questions spark new discoveries, and your imagination makes prehistoric worlds come alive. Don't stop exploring. Smash that like button if you learned something new. Share this book with fellow dino fans and comment below. What dinosaur should we uncover next? Stay curious, stay brave, and remember, you are part of science's next big discovery. Until next time, keep digging. P.S. Want more? Subscribe for exclusive dino content and free printable activities, link in bio. There's more dino adventures waiting for you. Click the link below and get ready for more prehistoric fun. We'll see you next time.